One. Ladies and gents, good afternoon. Now, we are back to have a shorter look than the previous video. That one expanded a little. At how we can use Teams to maybe help students collaborate a little bit more genuinely or more effectively, and maybe in a more controlled manner during online learning. So, without further ado, I'm going to switch us over to the teacher's viewpoint, and we should hopefully now see the inside again of our teachers team. There's our message from the last one. Teams reminds me that indeed we only need to click here to meet in order to set a meeting. So let's imagine we're about to start a lesson. Hi chaps, see you here in, let's give them 2 minutes. In 2 minutes a link will arrive. Let's put the right number of hours and arrive. And a smiley face at the end, because who doesn't love smiley faces? And we'll be good. Now, what is the point? The point is that we're in a lesson, our meeting is set up. We've gone through the content that we want to go through, and we want to encourage students to discuss with each other. Well, if you look to the left-hand side of my display, you'll notice that I have 5 channels already set up. I've set up cougars, tigers, leopards, lions, and pumas. Now, maybe this is a little bit primary school, but I'm thinking about teaching grade 7. So for me, this makes sense. You can make them cities, you can make them planets, you can make them whatever you want, quite frankly. Maybe something relevant to what you're doing. I guess I'm doing cells, in fact. I'm doing cell biology, so maybe they should be like the mitochondria and the cell membranes, but whatever. These channels serve as breakout rooms for students during class. Now, we can add extra channels. Now, I'm thinking about teaching a class with, I don't know, 20 or so students. Five channels kind of works. 6 could work just as well in 3s or 4s. So let's add an extra channel. And I do that by clicking on these 3 little dots here. I can add a channel. I call it channel 6. I need the name of another big cat. I'm going to call them the ocelots. Let's have a look. I'm going to add them. Channel 6, ocelots. Now, during a meeting, we can make it pretty easy. I can say to the kids, I can show them a list of their names and which channel they should go to. It's perfectly fine. So I can say, for instance, I can publish a list that says Daniel, Aditi, and Yana, you guys are the cougars. I can say Sarah, Pragati, and Stella, you guys are the tigers, etc. If I wanted to be a little more pro, what I might choose to do is I might choose to manage my team. Now, managing my team, I can see the owners, that's not so important, that's like you and Shured. But I can also see guests. Now, I've tagged SV Training 12, which is our pet student, as a puma. I could, for instance, go a step further and I could tag SV Training 16 as an ocelot. There we go. Create the ocelot tag. I can tag SV Training 30 as a tiger. Now, what this means is that when in general I want to post a notification, let's say at pumas, or at puma, let's have a look at this, at puma, it's time for all you pumas to go to your discussion channel. Again, no more smiley faces, we've had too many smiley faces so far. Now, what does this mean? You can hear my computer has just pinged, and if I switch to 14, there we go, and 14 is our student view, you can see down here, a little message has come up to SV12 from me to the student, and this student is tagged as a puma. It highlights them, it says here you go, you've been messaged. Deeply exciting. It's time for you pumas to go to your discussion channel. So, I'm going to be a good person. Here I am. I'm in the discussion channel. I'm going to say, hi, other pumas. let's do our work. Smiley face. I'll mistype it all because I'm obviously a student. Now, within this channel, I can start a meeting so that myself and any other students who are added to this channel, so that they will be able to work together. Now, they can leave my meeting that I've set up, they can come to these different channels, they can come to these breakout channels and meet with one another. What I also have the option of doing as a teacher, if I move myself back to the teacher's point of view, is I can go to the Pumas channel myself, I can see what they're doing, and I have the option, if they've posted a meeting, to join that meeting. Let's see if that's going to work for us. I'm back to the student point of view, and let's meet. Now, this would be able to work in the Teams app or in a supported browser. Because I'm a naughty person and I'm using Firefox, it's not working. So maybe that's one thing to consider, is that the meetings can only happen when students are working either in Google Chrome or when they're working in the app. If you want to use channels and you want students to be able to meet within these channels, then it's perfectly fine, it's reasonable. You can ask the students to make sure that they have the Teams app downloaded ahead of your class. If you were here as the teacher, and I'll switch back to the teacher's point of view, then you would be able to join the meetings, have discussions with only the students who were in this particular channel. Likewise, you could switch to the lions, the leopards, the tigers, or the cougars. You could join their meetings and you could involve yourself in their discussions, or you could just leave them to it. Okay? When the students were finished, I'll make sure that I'm back on the teacher's point of view. I can go back to my general, and I can, in a new conversation, I can say at Puma, or at Channel 5 Pumas. I can say at Tiger, for instance. Let's do it properly. At Tiger, at Puma, and name the rest. It's time to join our main meeting again. See you here in, or maybe just see you here ASAP exclamation mark. Perfectly fine. Anyone who is tagged as Tiger or Puma is going to get a notification from you to remind them it's time to join. Okay? They get a mention. Now, I promised I'd keep it short, and I'm going to do my best to make that the case. What is the purpose? Maybe just to recap, the purpose of this whole process is to produce small, safe spaces where the students can collaborate during class. You can dismiss them to their breakout rooms, you can call them back. You have access to these breakout rooms, you can join them, you can join their discussion, you can listen in if you feel the need to listen in, or you can tell them to only speak to each other during this time using the chat function. It's safer for students, it doesn't rely on them needing to have WhatsApp, it doesn't rely on them needing to chat via Discord. Obviously, we need to facilitate discussion as part of our online teaching, and it needs to happen one way or the other, but this is a safe way that allows access for all students to the discussion. Now, chaps, take care, good luck with your preparations, and we'll see each other soon. Farewell.